What's good, YouTube? It's been quite a while. I know I'm not dead yet, so here we are back with a new performance review to start the new year. For this session, we take a good look at the Nike Kyrie 3. I've played in my pair for more than a combined 20 hours of drills and full court games across a variety of courts, from the hardwood to concrete floors. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, that's freshpair.ph. It's where I post regular updates, so don't miss out. Check the link in the description box below if you prefer to read the detailed version of this performance review. With that said, let's get it. On to the review. Let's check the materials briefly. The upper is basically mesh layers with TPU overlays at the toes and TPU backing at the lace panels. At the back and lateral are these textured spikes. The swoosh logo is TPU as well. There are 2 fly-wire cables at the front of the lacing system plus 5 standard lace holes. There's also this integrated 4-foot band instead of an external strap. Kyrie 3 uses your standard Phylon midsole and it partially extends upwards at both the front, lateral, and medial. At the heel is a low-profile zoom unit encased in the Phylon midsole. Now the outsole is curved and it mainly uses a herringbone pattern with the addition of these 2 independent traction pods at the ball of the foot. Now these pods have that radial pattern vibe to them. My size 11 pair weighs about 14 ounces or a little less than 400 grams in case you wanted to know. The overall traction of the Nike Kyrie 3 is good. Some break-in time is needed to get the traction going. Mine took about an hour or 2. On clean courts, the grip is awesome, but on mildly dusty floors, you will need to wipe the outsole once dust has accumulated so that you'll get adequate court grip. Now these independent traction pods provide extra grip during sharp cuts, crossovers, and other hard lateral motions. Just wipe the outsole if you're playing on dusty courts. The heel-to-toe transition may feel sloppy at first. You may notice some disconnect between the heel and the toe areas, but it goes away eventually. As for the curved outsole, it gives your feet a more natural feel when pushing off from the left side to the right or the other way around. I've noticed this particularly at the medial of the forefoot, where the outsole curves more smoothly than the other areas of the outsole. A section of the lateral of the forefoot also has rubber treads for traction during really angular, low-to-the-ground curls. Now lastly, I do not recommend these for regular wear on courts with rough surfaces. They could be okay for those courts every once in a while. Just note that the rubber treads are somewhat pliable, although not as pliable as those in the Kyrie 1. The forefoot cushioning here feels flat. You only have your standard Phylon at the forefoot. Give it some break-in time to soften up just a little bit. Now the good side to this is that the court feel is excellent. The forefoot sits low to the ground, which gives your feet that quick response time. As for the heel cushioning, the impact protection from hard heel strikes is not great, but it is there nevertheless. It's neither springy nor soft, but it offers some cushioning, especially after the Phylon midsole has been broken in. In case you're wondering, I weigh around 70 kilograms or about 154 pounds. So overall, the cushioning here may not be the best, but this one suits quick, shifty, low to the ground guards really well. The Kyrie 3 fits true to size. Repeat that, true to size. The overall fit is great. There's no dead space of any kind. You really get that one-to-one fit here. Wide footers beware though. This may feel narrow at the forefoot and midfoot. Try out a pair for sizing if you can. Worst comes to worst, I suggest going at least a half size up. Now the lacing system is straightforward and it works. It locks your foot in perfectly. The laces adequately pull the mesh upper on top of your foot so that everything is covered neatly. The flywire cables work in tandem with the integrated forefoot band to give you some flexibility at the toes while keeping your forefoot in check. I've had no side-to-side slippage of any kind inside the shoe. As for breathability, this is not the most well-ventilated Kyrie shoe, mainly because of the upper material, but it's not too uncomfortable. It didn't bother me much, but if your feet get soaked in sweat a lot, and if it bothers you, one thing you can do here is to wear thin socks. That's pretty much it. The support in the Kyrie 3 heavily depends on the fit, so if you get that right fit, expect great support. Just to be clear, this shoe does not have fancy features for support. This is built down to the basics, but the support is still good by way of the fit. This has zero internal sliding, which gives you that secure feeling. While this has barely an out trigger, the base of the shoe is just wide enough to make your footsteps stable. The forefoot has adequate coverage for floor contact. Now, just a warning, if you have bad footwork, you may find the Kyrie 3 less supportive. The curved outsole can cause your bad footwork to be unstable as it is. Otherwise, there is no problem if your footwork is okay. But if your footwork is that bad, no shoe can save you. Now, the range of motion feels unrestricted at the ankle area, which is great for those low to the ground, really angular shifts in direction. The same is true for the range of motion at the forefoot. The forefoot flexes enough to allow those hard push-offs during sprints or crossovers. This really works in smooth conjunction with the curved outsole. Overall, the Nike Kyrie 3 is as Kyrie as it gets. In other words, there really is no doubt that this was designed for Kyrie style of play. Great court feel and forefoot response time, good traction, superb fit, basic but good support, and excellent lockdown. The cushioning may need some upgrading, but I guess that's up to Nike to decide with the future of Kyrie Irving's signature kicks. All things considered, I give the Nike Kyrie 3 a grade of B+, which is equivalent to 87 to 89 points out of a maximum 100. But I've gotta say, I'd give this a B++ or quite almost an A- if only I have it in my grading system, but I don't. Yet grades are really just numbers. At the end of the day, they don't really reveal how a shoe can fit your needs. Wear what you like is still the most important thing to consider. That's it for now. Watch out for more colorways of the Nike Kyrie 3 to drop. Stay tuned for Tech Focus. I just might make one or some videos for the Kyrie 3. Check the link in the description box below for the detailed version of this review. Follow me on Instagram for regular updates. That's freshpair.ph if you want to know. So that settles it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Let's get on down. Sing it out, sing it out, sing it out, sing it out.